God not only chose a nation and not only saves those in that nation, he turns to him and its remnant uh, always. But among the Gentiles, he is calling out a people today to his name. Verse 25, as he saith also in OC, I will call them my people, which are not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God. OC is the Greek name for the prophet Hosea. This is a quotation from Hosea chapter 2 and verse 23, and it refers to the nation Israel. Peter refers to this prophecy to the believing remnant in his day, which perpetuated the nation. To his people who had turned to Christ, he said, But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, and ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, which in times past were not people, but are now the people of God, which had not uh, attained mercy, but now attain mercy. That is First Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. The second prophecy in verse 26, it is from Hosea 1 and 10, and refers to the Gentiles, any place on the earth who turn to Christ now and in the future. As James put it, that the residue of man uh, might seek after the Lord, and all the Gentiles upon whom my name is called, saith the Lord, who doth all these things. It's Acts chapter 15 and verse 17. And so God reaches into Europe. He did not send uh, the gospel into Europe because the people were superior. Some members of the white race seem to think that they are superior people. And some people of the black race seem to think that white people are superior. Well, forget that. They are not. The Chinese were way ahead of my ancestors in Paul's day. My ancestors, and perhaps yours, were there in the forest of Europe. A branch of my family was over in Scotland. I am told they were the dirtiest, filthiest savages who have ever been on this earth. Do you think God carried the gospel to them because they were superior? They were anything but that. It is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercy. Verse 16. I thank him for that. How wonderful it is. And so Philip called me up the other day and was asking me, a woman had a question, why did uh, God send Paul? I wasn't thinking very well that day. He was heading north. He couldn't go east, and he was stuck, and so God sent him into Europe, and he into Greece, and which was Europe. And so the question from the lady was, why did God forbid him to go in the other directions? He could have went east into Asia, or he could have went north into Russia, the Baltic states, or he could have went into and God told him to go into Europe. And so hopefully that answers your question, Philip, or that lady's question. Just copy and paste that paragraph. Anyway. With that,